It turns out 8 months of total radio silence from my family was not a sign of peace, but merely the calm before a devastating storm. I was sitting at my kitchen counter in my cozy Pacific Northwest home, sipping warm coffee and enjoying the crisp morning light, when a phone call suddenly tore through my quiet life. Seeing my mother's caller identity flashing on the screen gave me an instant pit in my stomach, making my heart beat rapidly against my ribs. I had moved thousands of miles away from Virginia to escape their toxic dynamic, yet here she was demanding my presence as if nothing bad had ever happened between us. My name is Chloe, and at 29 years old, I thought I had finally broken free from being the invisible child of the house. My mother, Brenda, did not bother with pleasantries or asking how my new life was going when I reluctantly swiped to answer the call. She immediately declared in her sharp, commanding tone that my younger sister, Evelyn, was getting married in less than a month and that my presence was strictly required. When I questioned why I should bother attending after being ghosted for nearly a year, she snapped that Evelyn's wealthy new in-laws demanded a picture-perfect, united family showcase. Hearing those cold, demanding words made my blood boil as I realized my sole purpose to them was still just being an extra in Evelyn's grand show. I plainly told my mother that I would not be coming, which was met with an icy, dangerous silence over the phone receiver. She warned me in her deep scolding voice that refusing to show up would be a massive mistake I would regret forever, but I stood my ground and hung up. Sitting in the heavy stillness afterward, my mind drifted back to the painful childhood memories that pushed me to pack my bags and flee my hometown. Growing up in our house meant existing entirely in the heavy, suffocating shadow of my golden child sister, who received every bit of love. The ultimate betrayal happened when I was 18, and preparing to head off to college with big dreams of studying computer technology in the fall. My parents sat me down with solemn faces and casually admitted they had spent my entire college tuition fund on Evelyn's expensive private university fees. They coldly told me I was resourceful enough to figure things out on my own while they gave everything they owned to her. I survived those lean years by working multiple exhausting jobs alongside a full scholarship, slowly learning that my survival depended entirely on my own internal strength. That painful lesson pushed me to build a fortress around my heart, and rely on nobody else for my basic needs or emotional validation. During those tough college years, I spent holidays alone in tiny rented rooms while my parents took Evelyn on lavish vacations across the country. They never checked if I had enough money for groceries, or if I was struggling with my intense workload. Those silent betrayals hardened my resolve, making me realize that blood relations do not automatically guarantee genuine love or mutual respect. Moving across the country to Oregon was the best decision I ever made because it finally gave me a fresh start far away from them. I found a great position at a mid-sized tech firm where my manager, Sarah, actually valued my ideas and treated me like a human being. The only person from my past I kept in contact with was my sweet grandmother Winslow, who called every Sunday to offer genuine love and encouragement. She praised my independence and gently reminded me that I was building something beautiful and entirely my own in this fresh city. Those Sunday calls with Grandma Winslow became my emotional anchor, reminding me that I was worthy of care despite what my parents made me feel. She would listen to me ramble about my small balcony garden, my weekend hikes, and my work accomplishments with pure, unfiltered joy. Unlike my parents, she never compared me to Evelyn or made me feel like an afterthought in her life. Her unconditional love showed me what real family support was supposed to feel like, giving me the courage to stay detached from my toxic parents. That peaceful existence shattered completely when my mother began launching a full-scale emotional war against my newly established personal boundary. Hours after our initial phone call ended, my phone began vibrating non-stop with furious text messages from my father, my mother, and Evelyn herself. My father demanded that I stop embarrassing the family and fix this situation immediately before people started asking awkward questions. Evelyn sent manipulative text messages claiming she missed me, but quickly dropped the sweet act and admitted she just needed me there to look good for her rich in-laws. Reading those toxic messages, I could feel the familiar weight of childhood guilt trying to pull me back into their twisted dynamic once again. My father threatened to cut off all future contact if I failed to show up at the venue on time for photos. My mother claimed she had sacrificed her entire life for me, accusing me of being selfish and ungrateful for everything they had done. It was clear they did not care about my well-being, only about maintaining their pristine reputation in front of wealthy strangers who mattered more. Blocking their numbers gave me a temporary moment of quiet, but deep down I knew a deeper confrontation was waiting on the horizon. My grandmother had always warned me that people who view you as a utility will always come knocking when they need something from you. Standing on my balcony, looking out at the snow-capped mountains, I realized that protecting my peace meant permanently letting go of their approval. I chose to stay right where I belonged, fully rooted in a life where I was finally more than enough on my own terms. As the weeks passed toward the wedding date, the silence on my phone became a powerful symbol of my freedom rather than a source of pain. I realized that saying no to their demands was the ultimate act of self-love I had been withholding from myself for decades. No longer would I sacrifice my mental health just to keep their fragile, fake family image from falling apart. The little girl who held that ignored blue ribbon was finally safe, protected by the strong woman who walked away and built her own paradise. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible family drama narrations. You can also click the video on your end screen right now to watch another powerful story of standing up for yourself.